Hello, doing a reading for anyone that is looking for a message today. May you be divinely guided to this, and may it help you find answers to clarify any confusion you have in your life and help you on your self-love journey. The first one we have is politics, which is actually a narcissist card. And that is the present breakthrough. And this is the block or challenging effect. Let's see, the source. Okay. So, I think that I'm going to do a little more, but I think I've got a sneaking suspicion that it's another tarot reading for someone that is either diagnosed or not diagnosed with a personality type that is chaotic. Typically, these are narcissists. They're very manipulative, and they thrive in chaos, or they think they thrive in chaos. But really, it's just that they haven't healed the trauma that people have put them through. So chaos is like comforting to them because that's what they're used to. Now, empaths are different because, or just people that are divine organization, the opposite of chaos. They have been through so much chaos that they can't continue any more chaos. They might have had some chaotic times in their life where they were the chaos out of literally just like trying to numb the pain that so many people have given to them and numb all the chaos that so in that sense, like, empaths can understand like why people can act like that, but they can't like continue allowing it into their lives because like they've just been through way too much chaos. When you hit that point where you've just been through way too much chaos, that's literally like when you start to find organization out of necessity, out of need, out of survival. It's kind of do or die. And so yeah, this personality type that is most likely narcissistic, but we just call that on my channel divine chaos. There's polar opposites. There's the light and the dark. There's positive and negative. So yeah, I do that's actually my preferred way of looking at it, divine negative and divine positive. So this person is looking at themselves in the sense of like, what are they doing to present themselves to society to seek validation. It's very normal for this personality type. They want validation from anyone they can get it from. They have to like excessively feed their self-importance because they feel so low deep down, and someone made them feel that low in life. I'm not saying it's anyone's responsibility other than their own to figure this out, because no one really can do it for them. Just like an empath, like no one can really heal you. You need to start healing yourself instead of healing other people. You need to start doing that. So just the same thing with this person. They need to heal themselves. Stop looking for other people to heal them, because no one can heal yourself like you can heal yourself. You're the only person that knows what you need. So this person is looking at their mask, so to speak, or what they present to the world out of survival, out of the need to just basically not get bullied or hurt more. Like, all of us do this in one way or another. We have been taught that like bullying is cool, or being cruel to people is cool. Like, it seems like anti-human is our culture all over the world. So it's just, and that is a deliberate purpose. That's what people need to realize. Like, there was a plan to get all of us to hate one another, and that's why this happens. So obviously bullying is not cool, but the people that like make all the rules in life, they're the ones that wanted us to believe it was cool. So that's why we tend to tear each other down, and we have to wear these masks to protect ourselves. So this person is kind of looking at that, and then they're having this like breakthrough. It's saying this is like the challenging effect. So what I think is just, it's challenging, but then we've got the source, and this card's just all about, we're one. All of us are one, and the source is what some of y'all might consider God, what some of y'all might consider the Great Spirit. That's an indigenous term. And then in other like religious practice, that would be like the Holy Ghost, or, like I said, God, Jesus, and all that. And then in other cultures, it's going to be, Buddha, and just higher consciousness of awareness that we're all connected. We're all literally one. And that's why empaths, like, they know that. That's why they serve people endlessly until they break down and they can't do it anymore. And some of them, cease to exist because of how much they served people. So you gotta be careful of that and be aware that that can definitely happen. Then we've got playfulness for this divine negative, divine chaos personality. That's important to remember, that we're one. You don't have to wear this mask that the world taught you to wear to protect yourself, because deep down, as we all know, we all have a vulnerable, sensitive side, because we all have a nervous system. That's not something you can just run away from, or pretend doesn't exist. Every living being has a nervous system, and so everything feels pain. So of course you're going to need to cry. Of course you're going to need to take off that mask and be yourself, and really, like, the playfulness, that it's like a, cute clown guy, but I see that as like your inner child. And I think that's where, with divine chaos personality types, they actually get trapped in their child mentality due to trauma. Someone traumatized them at an early age, and it traps them in that mentality. So they like stunted, and they don't, they just like kind of keep in that same mentality and run in circles in their brain, like it's a mental trap. They need to usually go to like do like child therapy or life coaching, but they need to like get some healing for their inner child. Because what that personality type does typically is, they will imagine, like, it's what's it called, children do this, it's called like imaginative thinking, or, well, how kids just, they live in imagination world, like in their mind. So narcissistic personality type does this, or even a chaotic personality type does this. So that's how they build this like grandiose version of who they are in their heads, and it's to like numb the pain of who they think they are deep down, which they think is just a worthless person, because someone taught them that. And it usually is from another narcissistic parent that does this to their child. So just, seek some help from people that you think can help you unlock your inner child, to free them, because they're like trapped in that mental cage. It's like their grandiose version of their adult stuff is like trapping their inner child, and it won't let their inner child out, and that becomes the mask they wear to the public. All of us kind of have that in a way, but this happens like with this personality type to a far larger degree. And it's just advised to, get get some healing so that you can really live your life to the fullest and be your inner child. All right, and then we have projection, which is another narcissistic personality type card. This is what narcissists do. They project their idea of who someone is onto them by assuming that that person is the same as them. So if you're someone that lies a lot and you have an addiction to lying, you're going to assume the people you're talking to have the same issue, have the same addiction to numb their pain, and a lot of those lies are just so that they can feel like they're more important than they feel deep down. But the way to do this breakthrough is just to realize no one is inferior to anyone else. And that's where source comes in, because we're all one, we're all connected. That's what gives you real confidence, is to know that. You don't have to make up these illusions of feeling like you're above anyone to feel like you're important. You can just realize that every single person is important, and that's why you are as well. And that's what will help your inner child. A new vision. Very cool. Let me just get these back in order so I know where we're at. Breakthrough, swords, playfulness, and then new vision. So this person is having a serious breakthrough. And they're realizing that they're connected to source. They're realizing that there's, a new life out there for them. They don't have to basically unalive their inner child by drowning it with these, false ideas of who they need to be to society. That's the mask, right? So, yeah. New vision. Letting go. This is how you see yourself. And that's a really good card to pull for yourself, because this means that you're in the transformation. This looks like a very transformative card as well. Looks like, just a lot of frequencies, kind of high dimensional vision, the astrals in the background. So letting go, and this is how other people see you right now, which is, the dream. It's like this kind of illusion that you need someone or something to be complete, when really you just need yourself. So that is how other people are seeing you right now, but you don't need to pay attention to that, because you're letting go. Ordinariness. This is a new card to me, so I'm gonna look up, get a few notes on it. That's exactly what I thought. It's just finding the joy in ordinary and simple pleasures in life, not taking things so seriously, being playful so that you can be your inner child, be yourself. That's who your real self is. It's the child that got just buried by life. It does happen to all of us. There's very few people that don't get so traumatized by the world that they feel like they can't be themselves. It's very normal. And this is the final outcome, integration, and it just means being your whole and complete self, integrating your light and your dark side, your divine negative, your divine positive side, because we all have, estrogen and testosterone within all of us, despite your gender. But that's equally so with the energy that we have, a dark and a light side, a chaotic side, a positive side, divine feminine, divine masculine. So whatever words you want to use, we have both sides, and it is the final outcome saying it's going to be integrated, that you're going to feel one within yourself. You're going to feel this oneness that you've been desperately seeking. And we all are, you know. We all are. So the quickest way to get to that is really just to seek your child self. And I think integration has more to do with that. I feel like the inner child is what causes all the chaos, because it's just so like buried, and basically, you know, it feels like it's unalived. It feels like that. So out of desperation, we do, you know, humans do desperate things in desperate situations. So they're kind of like stuck in that desperate mentality of thinking there's no hope, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But really, you can be the light at the end of your own tunnel by just reminding yourself that, you know, you can be a kid now. You don't have to play these adult roles and be someone you're not. You can just be yourself. So that's what integration means to me. Integrating your child self into your daily life, realizing that your adult self is the same as your child self. Well, I hope that cleared some things up for y'all. And, you know, I'm just really impressed with any narcissistic personality type or any divine chaos personality that will watch this, that's looking for help and they're trying to heal themselves. So I just want to, you know, say I'm really proud of you for doing that, because not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people want to help themselves and heal themselves, you know. They'd rather blame other people and really just like numb the pain out and not think about it, like avoid it. A lot of people do that. So I just think you're doing a really great job to even listen to this, and I think you should give your inner child all the things that it was neglected, and part of that actually can be, you know, like part of healing your inner child's going back in your mind and just kind of being your own hero. Like if you relive a situation, step in as the adult self and confront this person, say what you need to say to this person that hurt you, and that really heals a lot of your childhood trauma, just to, you know, go in and be your own hero like that. So yeah, all right, well, I love you guys. Thanks for watching.